Hey Melody, welcome. How are you doing? How is the world with you? Good, I guess. I don't know. A lot of things are happening all at once. My computer is acting up real bad. My OBS is acting up real bad. It's just even the Clip Studio Paint is lagging. I don't know what's happening. Even though I'm working on different computers, the world is ending. No, it's not. It's just it continues to be a joke. Is how I feel about it, to be honest. But I don't see it ending anytime soon. Hey, N. How are you doing? How is the update? How is the sound? Because I am using different settings for my... Because I'm recording the lessons for the Kiloso course, so I need to not change anything. Not the placement of the mic, not the setting. So I hope it works well until I'm done. The sound is good. Good, thank you. Hey, Sleepy. The sound is good, thank you. Everything is acting up and just in time with... Yeah, that's what's driving me crazy. It's stressing me out without all these things because my head is very... It doesn't work without structure, real structure. If I want to read a book, for example, I downloaded a book the other day. It's 600 plus pages. The minute I see the number of pages, I work out a plan on how to read it and when to finish it. But with the course, I still don't know how... I don't want to go into the details, but it's on me. It's not something on their part. It's on me that I have to figure out. It's just all up in the air. I have the curriculum, I have the ideas, the things that I want to talk about, the things I want to explain. But until I sit down and start recording, I recorded the first lesson today, but that was also a very stressful experience with all this lagging here and there. And it's funny, once I started recording yesterday, all these alarms started going off. For those who don't know, there is a war, a mini war. I don't know. We don't know anymore. It's funny. We've lived in this war zone for forever. So it's, you don't know when to take things seriously. Seriously. Like when the World War III trends on Twitter, we don't really pay attention because to us it's our life. Like we always expect anything to go drastically scary without any prior notice. But yeah, there's this conflict now between on one side we have Iran and the other we have, it's Palestine but occupied by Israel. So they are all the rockets just pass our skies, so alarm, what's it called, alarms are going off and we see the rockets at times. So it's funny, once I started recording, all these sounds were added to my, so I had to do even more denoise. I know it's not a real problem in the grand scale of things, but yeah, it kept adding up, and I'm probably hormonal as well, so it's just not doing well. Today is not going well. Many questions about... Yeah, let's talk about the update. You recognize the house before the question? That's a win on your part. Yeah, the update. First we now know who's the female in the header. Hey Sumaya. Yeah, the female in the header, the female in the cover. I think it might have been Frog, but someone did mention Larissa when we were guessing who the female is. Somebody did mention Larissa. I kind of feel at ease a little bit because before I started the stream, I was late because I wanted to finish the recording for the course, but I also downgraded my OBS 2 versions, and it does feel like it's behaving. Let's hope so. I don't want to deal with all the lag anymore. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, then we're together in this, Sleepy. I was planning on subscribing to the course today, and now I am excited. I worked so hard on this curriculum, and I feel like it's the place I can point people towards to see. And it's funny, like the last year, 2023, for those who have been up to date with everything that I work with and everything I do, everything I share, 2023 is when I started reading manga for the first time as a person who wants to read manga and not just know what's happening with their favorite character, for example. So I kind of, in 2024, I jumped a huge leap in terms of how to tell a story in this medium. And it was funny. It was not funny. It was inspiring, to be honest, because you can almost touch God's plan in this, because I learned so much and figured out a lot of things in terms of lining, in terms of toning, that it all just came together once I was approached by Colosso for the course. It's like, yeah, now I have the knowledge. Of course, winning the award also gave me a good confidence boost to accept, because before the award I was like, who am I to say anything? But after the award, I'm still who am I, but I have something to say, is where I am. You were so sneaky telling us you'll think about Yeah, I knew about it. We've been talking about it since April, I think. So I started teasing a little bit here and there, like, do you imagine me teaching? I remember saying this in one stream. But yeah, I'm really excited. I just want the technical part of it. And I always am on top of things when it comes to technical things, but now everything is falling apart, and I'm just very stressed until I find a good system. You know what? Until I start working, because there's a lot of theory lessons where I'm just talking, or the orientation, for example, or explaining composition or value. These things I don't really like that much, and I had to kind of read some books and learn about them so I can know how. The funniest thing is, I sent my friends this, is how, let me share this story. I think I have the picture still in my, because I had to do some academic learning so I can teach. But the funny thing is, I didn't go too heavily because I don't want to come across as a person who knows how to teach academically, to be honest. But I just took like a very general idea of certain topics that I know and I do intuitively, but I'd love to explain in a manner that is needed, you know? So this image, I'm still sending it from my phone. This is the funniest thing. So we learned this the golden rule when it comes to composition, this twirl thing, this spiral thing, this. I've learned about this long before I started drawing manga. I learned about it in when I was an architecture student. And it's funny that I never understood it, even when they taught us. I didn't understand it. When I see any video, I don't understand. Like, it's been years and years and years and years without me understanding it. And then I started looking into these things and applying them on my work, because I know that I have the knowledge intuitively. I have the knowledge from experience, rather, or observation. But I have a problem with rules and guides. Just me being me. So it's funny that I understood it once I applied it to certain panels and certain pages. The perfect ratio, yeah. I don't even know the terms. I hope nobody would be discouraged by this rambling. I genuinely believe that you shouldn't, because where I'm coming from is a place that a lot of people are in. And trust me when I say that learning from a person who is lazy and self-taught can be a great thing, because they would find the easiest way to explain something and go about something. I really hope this pays off well. I would love to hear any reviews, even if it's publicly. I will be looking forward to that. But yeah, the technical part of it. So far, OBS looks like working good. I need Clip Studio Paint to work better too, because it's been lagging a little bit. Since April, you've been working hard. Yeah, I'm going insane. I'm working on the chapter as well, so it's a lot of work. And I have that other big thing in July that isn't clear at all yet. It includes a trip, so there's a lot of work there too. But I'm kind of not thinking about it until I'm done with the course. I need to turn these off because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Hey, Andy. We found out who the lady is in the header, in the cover. How are we feeling? Secret projects, I know, right? I don't... The thing is, other than, like, I feel like I'm prepared to say something, and I am also... It just feels like this is the time to do anything after winning the award. This is the time. I'll probably disappear eventually in 2026. Not disappear, but I mean, will stop the arena take over my brain, because this is how I'm approaching anything. Any opportunity that comes to me, I think arena. She's wearing the dress. Yes, hey Tom. Surprisingly, the answer didn't come from Daniel. As most desired answers, it came from the most unexpected places. Also, a big teaser, I will be working one of the side stories that I wrote for Greyis that are on the website. I am going to work on that throughout the course, turning that side story, written side story, into a manga mini chapter. From storyboarding to sketching to lining and screen toning. Give us a big fat volume before disappearing. Yeah, I was thinking today, what if this war thing, I don't even know what to call it, but this thing that is happening here, what if it takes too long? Like, will I continue to not just to update on the website and not print the book? My plan is to print, because I have, if you've heard before about this before, my mom wrote a book, or she wrote a few prose and thoughts and memories of hers. So I worked on the book and it's ready for print. So I'm going to be printing my book and her book at the same time, probably hopefully in September. I also, once I start working on the book, I'm gonna start working on new merch, because we need accessories and merchandise and standees and life. Your excitement makes me excited. Thank you for listening to me. How are we finding White? Mr. White, look at him, with flowers and all. So you open the... Surprisingly, Okay, this looks good, better. Like this and like this. That's so exciting for... Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. That is a book that I really, really want to be done with and printed. I thought of Larissa when trying to guess the lady from the header, but I thought it'd be too much of a stretch. White was right when he said the answers come from the most random. Yeah. I do believe it's a sad thing for people who want loved ones in their life to be better, but it's a sad idea, a sad fact of life that sometimes, no matter what you say to someone, they won't hear it and they won't be affected by it. And then a line in a song or a completely random person could say the same thing that you've been seeing for years and they would hear it. It's a sad thing that I guess the better, the sooner a person accepts it, the better for them, because I've been in that trap for too long with all of my friends. All of the close friends, when they have problems, I would say things and I'd feel like a fortune cookie line or something. I drew a sketch of that, or a Frankly Vent drawing of that, probably in 2022 or something. I'm just happy it's not... Yeah, I've been looking forward to hearing that from you, Sleepy. I did tease Larissa White before. New box set with the next... it should be. The third box set should be volumes 8, 9, and 10. But I think, so I can stay sane, I won't do that. So I know it feels like... I thought about it a lot. And I feel like it's gonna be unfair because a lot of people would want the box set, not to buy the book alone and then the box set. But I honestly don't think I can, because I don't have enough from volume 8 and 9. So it's gonna make, like, it's gonna force me to print volume 8, 9. I also need to proofread volume 8. So proofreading volume 8, proofreading volume 10, printing volume 8, 9, and 10, and a box. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think I can, so... I seriously haven't thought about it that much, but it does feel very unlikely that I'm gonna be printing a box set. I do think, like, the only way out for me, I thought, is to make the box available for purchase on its own and make sure that the reprint of volume 8 and 9 to be the same size as the originals. It's just crazy. Hey, Frog. Welcome. Frog, were you the one who guessed Larissa? Were you the one who... One of the people on stream just threw out the guess that it could be Larissa. I'm not sure. Hey, Aishu. 1100 illustration teaser, which... What do you mean about that? Who are we getting on the next box cover? It's gonna be black and white, together. The tree is going to extend. I have the drawing already. Not ready, but sketch. The tree that started with leaves, autumn tree on black box set, and then turned wintry, bare branches on whites, is gonna have flowers in spring and black and white walking underneath it. Especially considering the size of volume 10, 100%. It's massive. I'm worried about that, to be honest, to the point that I thought, how about I just make 2 books, like split it after chapter 40, after chapter 74 and a half. make it like the part with the recap and the part of, because after that half chapter kind of shifted to White's perspective and White's issues. Illustration for Twitter followers. There was Larissa, White, and yeah, true. And that's exactly it. I drew it, and I was thinking of this chapter. Good one. Thanks, Sam. Okay, I need to turn off something. So, step. Wait. It was ups and downs through the last chapters with this. I'm very happy that you're up to date now with the updates. Yay. No, I don't have to worry every time because I've been really careless and don't think too much about any spoilers on Twitter. I do feel bad about it, I'm not gonna lie, but still. I went into this book, and after everything that I've been through and stuff, thinking that I don't want to restrict myself, I just want to go with the flow and have fun. And then we won the award, and I was stuck in a professional phase again. It's funny. Life is funny, man. It wasn't me. I don't think I made any prediction about this. Not this update, but the header. It has the female character, the header, and the cover of this chapter. Both has the same striped top, and people were guessing, and somebody did mention Larissa, and I had to stop myself from reacting in a way that you would pick it up, any reader would pick it up. I want to thank you for bestowing upon us Black with a turtleneck and a ponytail. He looks good, doesn't he? You're welcome. Hey, Zyko. Welcome. It's funny that White sends Black to come get him from the door. Yeah, I'm still shocked that people bring up Lana, to be honest. It's a very strange thing for me that people bring up Lana. Let me turn this off and turn this off and turn these off. What else? We have Mr. White. And okay. Now this is easier. With retrying. Yeah, that makes sense. With retrying. For real, that's so childish of him, but I get it. Even when the last time Black was sleeping at Larissa's, he did come from something that you might miss in chapter 27, I think, when Black was sleeping at Larissa's. White throws stones at the window for him to notice. Today I'm blaming Eldar because I just got some theories popping up in my head at the moment. I guess a lot of people will stand by that now. Oh, I said I don't... my memory won't help as well, because I don't remember if I said that she will not show in the future, but it is how I reacted. Someone on Discord said that, but I thought Lana was done, and I replied to them with a spoiler, like hiding it, saying like, that's what I thought. I thought we're done with Lana. But who knows really. Now Mr. Black, merge selected layer and merge selected layer. No, he wasn't silly. That's exactly. Even in the clipping of Black's 10th birthday, I don't know the number of the episode, but it's titled about Black's 10th birthday. White is sitting by his window, and it's either in chapter 52 or in the clipping, you know that clipping with Black and White? White is building this puzzle and Black is listening to music, and he asks a question implying that he's worried that he's gonna be an abuser like Ildar. There's a clipping like that. In that clipping, and in chapter 52, we get a glimpse of Violet's house from the back, and there's a ladder next to this half roof that is like coming out of the house, and that is how White climbs up towards Black's window. Even in the studio, he comes through the window in that clipping where they fight about hiding reality clipping. So yeah, it's a White thing. He doesn't use doors unless he's sure White's gonna open up. I would blame Yeldar for breathing for the sun in my eyes. Speaking of the sun and the sun in my eyes. Okay, when that panel in the future that comes up with a sun in someone's eye, we're gonna blame Yeldar, sure. Why not? For even the most momentary minuscule irritation in my life. Oh my god, I love your hate, Frog. In general, I'm a person who is passionate about. Oh my god, I hate when this happens. Wait. Let me just turn this off. Please forget it, please. Thank you. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay, for I have a lot of still to get today, but what an update. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that it's a good update. Usually I do feel the update, I read it and live it before releasing it. So I'm on par with everyone else, but today I was very distracted with so many technical problems that I kind of didn't feel it. So I didn't come here very confident, other than the idea that, oh, we know the character on the header now. So I'm glad that it's a good update, and thank you for checking it out when it's released directly. And I do wish you rest, Sleepy. If a female will enter White's life to be better, is there any possibility that she will be me? No. Moving on. This boy is so lame. He has his very childish things that he does. What's the word? Even when White in chapter 1, he appeared not in front of the door. Yeah, that's a good one. And yes, he just let himself in and stood by the. Maybe that's the whole deal with him standing at the bottom, watching Black in the balcony. He's like, how can I get there? The tree? Was Black ever assessed for autism? Mm-hmm. I don't think. I don't know. Wait, let's make this a little bit. You know, now that you mentioned last year, I was writing Eldar roasting letter, but oh my god, we'd love to see it. The hate, man. I don't understand. Like, I want people. We still haven't showed all of his story. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. This guy has rasterize and this. Okay. This guy has been sleeping at his sister. We're going to duplicate you, Mr. Guy sleeping at his sister. It's funny when White narrates, don't you think? You have faith in your dad, don't hate me, please. I will never. I would never, honestly. In the end, I am writing a story that is called Greyis, and I do love to see all the conflicting opinions and who is on whose side, stuff like that. And even in that, I wouldn't take it as a side. It's more like, how are you reading the story and how you're interpreting it. If only White had the superpower to actually pose whenever Black... Right? Just for a sec, like he would take a break for a sec or two. I don't think we give enough credit to the fact that White was a child and Dilar was an abuser, and you can be courageous and afraid at the same time, and you can have mixed feelings about someone who is often kind but sometimes incredibly evil, especially as a child with child's mind. White doesn't give himself enough grace for being a child, certainly not as much as he can. Yeah. That is so true. Courageous and afraid at the same time. And you can have mixed feelings about someone who is often kind. I can imagine that for a few, like maybe the first 2 years or so, because I when Eldar was there, when Jad was diagnosed with diabetes, and when there's a sketch I drew a long time ago of both Black and White sitting around Yeldar while he's studying, I feel like there was some gray area in the beginning for like 1 year or something. But yeah, he quickly... It's like, nope. Yeah, go back to that letter. We'd love to read it, if you're willing to share it. But I don't care if he has a redemption arc, which he won't. Frog is telling the story now. And I don't care what happened to him in the past. The things he did to Black are beyond forgiveness in my mind. I do have my own opinions, but I no time for Reader D in this thing. The more we release around Yeldar, the more Reader D is gonna be. Oh my god, wait a sec. Hey, lover. We're talking about Yeldar at the moment. So I mentioned that they had that rooftop, abandoned building rooftop in chapter 76. And then they haven't seen each other since. till now. Merge selected. Also, good morning, lover. It's really never any hate, but often a lot of confusion on my part. Listen, I'm a person who looks up videos about people hating on something that I hate because I am very inspired by, I don't know, the emotion of hate. Not in a dark way, but in a, yeah, this thing is bad, I'm gonna trash it for eternity kind of hate, you know? Not hating. So yeah, that kind of thing is very fun for me. Not inspiring, but fun. That's why I'm very entertained by your reactions to Yildar. Again, because Yildar or Noir or Violet, all these characters haven't had enough screen time, I can't really be comfortable with reacting to a lot of things, so I stay silent or start making jokes. Hey, Blue. Great way to enter the chat again. But yeah, it does feel like wait, I'm always in that state. I don't know how to react to things, especially on stream. How is the update? Are we happy now that we know who the female is in the cover and the website header? There's something about frames and optical illusion. What's up with that? Maybe it is going to be a fun conversation. This looks like he's saying it, right? Let me just remove. Actually, I can just make it like this. Especially Noir. Even Black didn't know why he did him before. Yeah. There will be great art for the optical illusion. Ugh. You think? I hope. Me looking forward to Black and Daniel meeting, White and Rita meeting, White and Inad meeting, Black and Noir meeting, Black and Yildar meeting. This is this list getting longer by the second. I have a problem with Inad because I do see him jokingly throwing lines as a greeting for White and Black. These shippy comments, but I honestly feel like I will just share them in doodles or on stream, but not in print, because there are people who just read the books and I don't want to seem like a person who is just throwing fan service or queer baiting, stuff like that. the things I worry about. I love that Larissa wasn't really cowed by White's reaction in this update. It's nice to see when someone understands the underlying cause of a thing and is willing to push through, but not too hard. I mean, the idea of her just deciding to invite White over for this talk, especially knowing that it's been a few days of Black sleeping over there. You gotta guess, like, what exactly led to her wanting to do that. I love this panel. Just putting it out there. I didn't see anything either, Melody. I'm curious if my mind would change about Noir if you give him more screen time and mention. I am excited to hear everyone's reactions with all the... Like, once the story gives more screen time for the rest of the cast. It's scary, not gonna lie. Like, you know about Inad, you know about... This is the problem with characters that show up but don't have enough screen time to a certain point in the story, because readers would develop a lot of ideas and headcanons, and especially the characters that look cool or pretty or have this mystery, not enough information, you can build up a lot of things in your head, like them, hate them, whatever. Look forward to them. So it kind of puts, not gonna change anything, of course, but it does put a little bit of pressure on when they reveal certain things. Like, I wonder how they're gonna think about this, how they're gonna react like about that. But it's also exciting, all in all. Like any reveal or any... It's not easy with White, for example, to draw him opening up and being vulnerable without being afraid of him coming across as less cool or cringe. And it's not me thinking that, it's him thinking that. But it's kind of reflecting on how I think of things. White needs to stop looking at us with melancholy in his eyes with the piano music. Is getting me into White headspace. We love that space. White headspace. Did you play Omori? Hey, everyone likes this panel. I'm happy with this panel. For some reason, I genuinely enjoy... There are a few things I enjoy when drawing in general, when they happen naturally, when I storyboard or sketch. Someone looking at another, sneak looking, a deep glance like this, or hand placement is something I like when I'm drawing something randomly, and then I think like, okay, I drew the first hand, where's the second hand? And the second hand is perfectly placed in a very beautiful place, for example. I don't know if it makes sense. I hope it doesn't sound weird. But these happy accidents of how an interaction or a pose or a facial expression happens is such a highlight of the creation process. When Dee mentioned that she was writing a character that doesn't change or doesn't become a better person, she meant Tildar, so I don't disagree with you. And I wouldn't think in any case or scenario what he did was acceptable or can be forgiven. I thought he's so... Okay, this is not the continuation, but I'll come back to Andy's message. I just want to read everything. But I believe there would be a slight chance of change in anyone, especially when I think about the chapter or clipping of Yadar finding the crumpled paper White made for Black's birthday and continued the sentence, so maybe there's something there. Yeah. These are good this is a good message. The idea of a character that simply doesn't change or doesn't get better. I'll say about that. I thought he's so pretty when I saw it, and I think I was like, wait, that's not the point. It is the point though. I hate that I covered it with text, but I'm kind of very low on page count. If I wasn't over 300 pages in this book, this would have been like this, and then a monologue box, because I want this face completely visible. But what can we do? Let's merge this. Wet Panel Club, start that. I think Noir is incredibly charismatic, and given enough screen time, it'll be hard not to love him. Like, even in real life, I imagine him as someone you would love, but also, you know, they are so put together in some ways, but very Personally, I'm talking this as reader D, as creator D. I do have a weakness towards Noir because he has great hair. I feel like he's my masterpiece on terms of character design for me, not in general, like not in comparison to all characters, but to me it feels like I unlocked something. I did something really beautiful when I created him, but also it's just like with Black. He and Black share a certain trait that always makes me feel good about a character, which is action oriented, because I am like that. They always surprise me. I don't know where Noir is going to take us, but I do have ideas of what happened in the past and how he reacts, and I have a few ideas of the recent future. Recent or near future. But yeah, there's a lot to tell in regards to him as well, good and bad. But I do love this reading of him, Noir, especially Frog, I mean. Especially the idea that he's charismatic. I sure hope so. What we got from Mamser, of all people, who he's angry with, he still complimented him to Black in chapter 41. The face of Playful White is it's scary. I tried to fix it just today before the update, but I couldn't, and okay, I'll leave it. Nope. Here. I watched all of Omari didn't get to play a few years ago. I did, yes. I played a bit of it on stream, and then I was... Where was I going? I think Turkey. This is what got... Like, I remember it very well because I continued playing it on my laptop, and I was playing it on the plane and in Turkey around my sister and her children and all the mess and all the... So I kind of lost a few things that I kept in mind that I want to do, like keep checking on Basil's flowers, but I kind of forgot about that because of playing it on the go. But yeah, I have my thoughts on it as well, but it's such a good game. Have I played Omori? I imagine you did, Sleepy. Maybe Omori played us, yes. I would love to think that he can change in the future too, but he makes it very obvious that he has no interest and very much sees himself as some kind of avenging victim. Not to mention, I mentioned before more than once on the Discord, so I'm gonna throw it out here. His moral compass, his he doesn't really have much weight or much. I don't know how to put it, but like I shared it before on Discord, but I don't know how I worded it. But he has right versus wrong, or what's right and what's wrong, isn't really. I don't want to say isn't really clear, because that makes it sound like he doesn't know. But it's not like that. It's just his moral compass is kind of skewed. The panel of White thinking about giving a reaction looks like he's hiding behind this. He is hiding behind everything when you turn on the text, right? Where's the text? Speaking of text, where is it? Oh, there it is, up. Yeah. White and black are masterpieces. I love them. Oh, thank you, lover. You will die the day the story is finished. Let's hope it doesn't. I said this the other day. I was talking to my mother, and I kind of feel like I don't want to finish this, or I want to die the day I finish it. And yeah, one or the other. Let me read that, even though it's not addressed to me, but blame or anger is very common and almost always the first stage of any internal conflict, which causes external conflicts. So even when someone seems far gone in such form, it actually is very transformative when they start letting go of the blame, which creates the victim mentality. And I get it, very, very hard to empathize with people with such ideas, and it's very hard to see any good in that person in that state. Hey Danielle, did I miss you joining the stream? I didn't see any greetings. The only thing I hate about restreaming, using Restream to stream both on Twitch and YouTube, I don't always get all the YouTube comments. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm sorry if I missed it. Please never finish the story. I imagine a lot of people beg to differ. I want to draw black and white with Pikachu because my nephew, I just remembered my nephew. Why I remembered him? Because I know my sister wants me to finish Greyis so bad. But yeah, her son is into Pikachu now. And he asked her yesterday, she sent me a video of him asking her, do black and white know Pikachu? So I'm going to, I have to draw them now. Wait, where is this? In this? Okay. Any open fight? No, I don't think. I mean, in general, it's not like... It's hard with the slice of life stories not to have a slightly open end, because, well, am I gonna continue writing them until the day they die? I don't want to think of who's gonna die first. So you're gonna have to end it at a slightly open-ended kind of way. Pikachu costumes? I already put White once in a wolf onesie, and I'm not gonna do it again. He's been good to me these days, and cooperative when I want to draw him. So the idea of making him upset again scares me. What do I want? I want... I think this. It's not this, but never mind. I'll just put it. She wants the story to... Yeah, she wants me to finish Greyis. I can't imagine my life without... I can't imagine mine. Is it too bad to think of black and white as a many boys hanging out in the web? No, it's not bad, but not web. I don't like web at all. I do see them hanging out here and there when I'm around. Like, I've finished sketching a scene of White on a bicycle, and he's just in one of these pretty neighborhoods in Amman. But I also feel like an open finale would be the most realistic finale for them, since I feel like they are two human characters and human. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it. Did I decide on an ending yet? I do have a rough ending that I told my sister. She says that I told her the ending, and she was excited about it. Like, not an ending, but like where I'm seeing it going at some point. And she was so excited, and she was like, yeah, I love this idea. I love stories that do this thing. And then the other day I told her, so yeah, I told because I did mention this story on stream, and I said, if anything happens to me, go ask my sister. So I was talking to her the other day, and I told her, so I told the readers that if anything happens to me, you will tell them the ending. I'm like, I don't know the ending. I told you the ending. No, I don't know. So I do believe in a mother's brain. I don't know what happens. There's something that happens when someone becomes a mother. I'll study it at some point because I have a few exhibits that proves my point. A pain wrong done to you should never be transferred to an innocent. It is always inexcusable. I think if more people lived by this truth, the world would be... I mean, we have that example in Black, for example. But then again, where do you know where? Like, it's hard to... It's hard to compare one person to another because there's a lot of layers in someone's inherent personality or innate personality that they were born with and how they react to things. The baby takes part of your brain with it, and you never... So it is a thing, right? Because I'm shocked, especially by two people in my life that I know their brains work very, very well, and then they became mothers, and now I swear we talked about this before. Us knows the ending of Greyis as of right now? Yeah, nobody. I can be playful with. I prefer that you're the one that I'm greeted by first. You should be this playful around Inad when he shows up. Right? Do everyone agrees with this suggestion? Why is this not working? It's a thing. Hey Ark, welcome to the stream. Inad won't believe his ears and eyes. Yeah, he probably, if White ever becomes this playful, Inad will drop all the act, all the fan service comments and teasing. He's like, my job here is done. I can't top that. If he's playing along, I miss all the fun of getting his wrath. I agree with White regarding the truth one. It's awkward to be greeted by someone else, a member of your family. Yeah, it's very awkward, right? Volume 1 to 4, White is back with this reaction, right? He has been off tune throughout this book, in a way. I love this exchange of ideas between Melody and Frog. White can't get on Inad's level and win. I have a ton of sketches, early sketches, that proves the opposite. Chill White is a scary thing. Completely chill White that has let go of a lot of things that keeps him grounded is scary for me to write, to be honest. There's this meme the other day that I found on Twitter that it kind of made me go, like, my god, I have... Oh, wait. I need to fix something first. It's not Black who's thinking this. I think I've bookmarked it. If I find it, I'll show it before the stream ends. But I have a ton of sketches of this dynamic of a meme that I found on Twitter, but I can't... For some reason, I feel like I can't share any. But who knows when the story progresses where we'll go. Merge selected layers. Okay, copy and paste. Have a great day yourself, Sleepy. Take care and do get some rest. Thanks a lot for coming. Let's talk about the flower bouquet. How sweet and gentle of what? Yeah, he knows how to play the role of the good boy. That's the thing. No matter, like, it's a very, very long way to go for him to drop all these roles, all these acts, and he doesn't have to do it with everyone. It's good just if he does it with. It's good if he just does it with people who are in his life constantly. But yeah, it's just a very clear thing how easy for him it is to just play the act. I know this isn't the case with Yadar, but even a person who went through hard experiences can become extremely abusive to themselves, which in a perspective can mean that they shouldn't be allowed to do that even. So I think looking at people in a good bad lens is not the way to go about dealing with others. Yeah, but I mean, I guess how we're looking at things here in general in regards to Yeldar or Noir, and because one of the discussions I love a lot is Team Noir, Team Yeldar. Where are you at? Because in the context of this story, it's better to see things like I am writing a realistic story about real human drama. And I hope that people will get something positive from it and apply it to their real life. But at the same time, it's gonna be too disconnected and challenging and philosophical, and it will go to wider and much broader ideas and concepts if you come at it from a realistic lens. I feel in the end each reader sees the story the way they enjoy it, but because I've been thinking about this lately after some discussions on Discord, how because I'm writing things in a very realistic manner, some people who are seeing it in a very realistic way, aren't really enjoying when it's not depicted very realistically. There's like this line that they don't appreciate me crossing. Even though the story from the start, like even with Black's amnesia, it's a lot of it's very realistic, but a lot of it is representing something, is a metaphor for something. Even the characters, when you think of, there's a lot of polar opposites with every situation, polar opposites and parallels. I still don't know how to say that word. I don't know why I struggle with this word, parallel. Every time I say it wrong. Share the meme we all chant in union. Let's see if I saved it. You don't even have to chant in union. I'm very easily swayed. If you all do any meme drawings or anything, please put them in the. Yeah, of course. I'll share it on Discord if I've been wanting to sketch so much for so long, but now is not the time. I think June is gonna be the busiest, but after it I can relax. Where do you save bookmark stuff? Twitter isn't. Oh, there it is. Let me save it. I can imagine everyone can see it, and what I mean by this easily being a black and white dynamic in a, of course, a platonic way. So let me just 1, 2, and 3. It's this. Let me open them. No. Why did I do it like this? I have a feeling a similar interaction happened in clippings. But I do have a few sketches that are like this, which is one person love bombing another cool collected one, and this cool collected one just shares one thing, and the first one just shuts down. Don't save, and don't save, and close this. I think I have a lot to say about Greyis' story, but I don't have the words to verbalize it, so I always end up saying Eldar, boo, makes me sad, and then YTP, love him, I love these reactions. I enjoy all kinds of reactions, man. Tam loves white too. Where are you? And I'm glad that we're all on the same page. I have a lot of sketches of black and white with this interaction, and I'm pretty sure you can find one or two on clippings. That's why I'm looking forward to chill white. About realism of the story, there's something that I was taught once, and it's about the difference between logic and reality, and how we're always told that reality is logical when in fact reality can be so illogical. Yeah, to the point of people not believing the reality. So maybe looking at things logically can sometimes be confused with looking at things realistically. I'm trying to remember the conversation on Discord that kind of pushed me into this rabbit hole of thinking about this. I don't remember, because there are certain things that I am hell-bent on showing realistically, because I've never seen them shown realistically, like with White's overthinking or White circular thinking in a way. I do feel like, especially mainstream media, wouldn't want to depict that in a very realistic manner because it's just boring. It can get boring very fast. So I'm kind of, yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. But I don't remember. There's something about White, another thing that I felt like could be criticized because it's unrealistic. But I don't remember. I want to remember the discussion because my reply was, it doesn't have to be realistic. Like the way you're thinking is too realistic. But I couldn't say it because I'll have to add a lot of the explanation on how the story is addressing realistic themes and depicting things realistically, but still to a point. And then it stops being too realistic. But yeah, I like what you shared. I'm gonna think about it more. Yeah, I'm glad that everyone agrees that this is exactly black and white. I'll have to draw it now, but I need to. I'm afraid to go back to to the sketches I have. I have a lot of comic strips like that. Maybe once I'm back to releasing logbooks, you can see them. Going out into the woods, you guys. Oh, enjoy your woods time, wood exploring times, Frog. Thanks a lot for being here. I always appreciate it. Enjoy the woods, yeah, that's a better way to phrase it. Me and not being able to phrase things right. I just think as long as something doesn't defy the rules of physics, it can be realistic. I would argue, but it's a stream. And I have one brain cell on streams, so I can't argue. With that last statement, only that one. But it's a good exercise. Says Mr. Hyperactive here. Oof. Speaking of logbooks, will you ever reprint any of the volume logbooks? The handbooks that are with the volumes 8, 9, and 7? Or the very, 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 very old volumes 1 and 2? The handbooks? It would be nice if I can. Yeah. I have them in the back of my mind thinking that, yeah, I will reprint them at some point, but with a printer so I can have good stock and not work on them by hand. Yes, Tam, yes, I've been looking forward to someone mentioning it. She just jumped at him. All feelings, like, you had a rough life, man. And it's like, this is weird. No, people acknowledging my life. No, it's weird. Stop. I love that we're all in tune with this. You broke the fourth wall. It's weird. Right. Again, a disclaimer that never look too closely at clothes. No, do look closely at clothes. I do take care of that, but don't look too closely at food. I don't cook, and I don't care much about food, so I just have random brushes that I throw in plates. I'm waiting for that because I have them all very nicely hidden, but somehow a kid relative got to one of my handbooks and thought it was a sketchbook. Oh my god. Why does these things always happen with you? I'll definitely keep it in mind. Hopefully once I'm done with this book, I will have a big update for the shop. Because, my god, this year is really bad financially. I'm doing well because I do have good savings, but in general, like, you know, if you don't have a consistent income, even if you have, like, this is how I see things. Even if I have if I was a millionaire and I don't have a source of income that is consistent, I would be stressed. He colored some sketches in a very badly, might I add. But everyone is an artist, I guess, yeah. They are very inviting to be colored, I feel. My sister colored one of the sheets I had in my office. It was chapter 71, actually. I had one of the fashion sheets and she colored it. She colored black and white wearing clothes. She colored it with watercolors. And they look really pretty as art, but she's a good painter. But yeah, I couldn't wrap my head around seeing black and white in colors. Oh my god, show us black and white. No, that's a spoiler. I remember back in the day, like maybe in 2012 or something, I drew a sketch and I showed it. Back then, Lucy was the only one that sees these sketches. And I told her, like, there is one thing that I could add to this sketch, and I added it back in the day. I added some colors, and I told her, there's one thing I can add to this sketch that would make it a spoiler. I don't know if I told her what it is, but now I'm saying that it's the colors layer. I imagine black with his white hair. And if you ever color black and white, don't show me. I'll probably be forced to react because it's very kind of you. But at the same time, I would be conflicted because I don't want to see them in color. But yeah, I always imagine that black with his hair would look really good in a red shirt. What do you think? Off topic, but do you like any music? I don't like musicals. But I did enjoy, it's not a musical, it's a musical movie. A movie that is a musical. Back in the day, I really, really enjoyed, even though I don't like the setting, I don't like all the sexual vibes and looks and visuals. I like the music of Moulin Rouge. Because I had a huge crush on Ewan McGregor back in the day. Greyis suggested ending black and white dye their hair rainbow. I can't handle that. It's for me, it's just one or two colors and then make them three and I'll start stressing. I have a problem with colors, man. There goes the panel coloring I was planning. Oh, no. Do color it, but don't color them wearing clothes. Or do you plan to color white wearing a yellow shirt? Because I can see that happening. Now, White had a few illustrations with colors, too, actually. The header that is now up on the website. And there's the illustration of White looking at a shop front, looking at his reflection. It was the header for chapter 40. It's also in volume 6, maybe. I think it's in volume 6, the second and third pages. That illustration has him wearing a maroon vest. It's very, very subtle, very, very hidden. But since we're in the topic of colors, now I feel bad about telling people not to show me. Thanks a lot, Melody. It's always fun to see you here, and I love to hear your insights. Thanks a lot for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, we won't get any alarms this evening. I can't draw black as Hamilton. Who's Hamilton? He appreciates Larissa. I'm touched and sad, not the high. Oh my god. Don't bring it, no. They have problems with colors, that's why the story is... Yeah, that's the funny thing. I see where Greyis came from in terms of look, because I am an avid fan of ink work and black and white illustrations. But the funny thing, when I was a child, if you ask me what color is my favorite, I was a very snob and full of themselves kind of child, like just faking confidence, you know? And I would answer you that I am an artist. I can't hate any color. But if I can't name favorites because I'm an artist. But if I have to say, I hate a color, which is gray. I hated the color gray. My life is a series of hating things and then them taking over my life. Wait, for him, where is this? But your coloring is so good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like colors in general. I love ink work too much. Why do you write like you're running out of time? That's from a musical, huh? Hey, Hyro. I'm glad that you were able to catch it. There is sand white. Are we happy? I didn't know I needed this conversation. Oh my god, and it's only starting. Curious to know more about these ideas Yildar planted. Some of them were kind of mentioned in the last book. I don't remember how much. Alexander Hamilton is a founding father of USA, and they made a musical about him, and I think he's pretty much black if he was into politics and romantic affairs. Really? It rings a bell, the name in general, but yeah, thank you for explaining. Is this the second most important conversation for White? In this chapter, I'll leave you to decide which of the 1, 2. Are we going to split? Do you want me to split the conversations with Daniel when I count, or just split them by the character? In the end, slice of life stories are just conversations. So we have a lot of conversations yet to go through in this book. Hey, Killer Bean. My manga is about... I hope to be able to write. Welcome to the stream. Here's a bit of info about what the story is about. I hope you give it a shot. Split the convo with Daniel? Okay, split them. Okay. So in this chapter we're talking. Speaking of Daniel, the convo got short. Yeah, it got cut short. It got cut and split into multiple segments. Each segment is relating to something that White is experiencing as well, so... I should fix that typo. It's a winner. It's not a wineer. Glad to hear that he's... Where can you read it? There's a website if you like. It's on Webtoon as well. Here's the website. You can find everything there. Daniel, you will get more. Yes. So yeah, if we're gonna think about this, the question was, is this the second most important conversation? And we have first one where we went through it, and I will ask you once we do the chapter discussion, I'm gonna ask to rank these conversations in chapter 77. Daniel and White. Now we have Daniel and Larissa. Not Daniel and Larissa. White and Larissa. These two we've unlocked. Now we have 1, 2. Does a conversation with himself count? If it counts, then we have 3 more conversations. And your assignment is to rank them once the chapter is done. If anybody wants to do a Google form, a poll, feel free. It's gonna be fun. I mean, with a backstory like his, it's easy for the older people in society to consider a child bad. Yeah. Bringing back the White and Eldar interaction we don't know anything about. The one that we've seen 2 snippets for, the one we've seen 2 snippets of, or was one mentioned and no visuals were found? Sometimes I like thinking about White and Black as concepts, not really 2 individual persons, and more like a lot of people smashed together, making a whole person. But then again, I also think they are much too human to be just concepts, mostly because I don't like the word just, referring to White, and they are not just anything. Thank you, I love this, because to me it does feel like that at times. This is why I don't always know how to react to certain things, especially when someone talks about the realism in the story. There's definitely some magical realism in it. There are certain things that I just treat them as concepts in Black and White, in White and Yildar, for example, the fathers, the mothers. But then again, I do think realistically, and I want people to see them as realistic characters trying to heal and move past their trauma. So it's important to be seen as realistic to a point. But yeah, I really enjoy this message because it does pass my mind as well. You're bad with keyboard, I'm bad with words. You're bad with keyboard today, I'm bad with words usually on stream. Off stream, but yeah, more on stream. Oh, Blue is leaving? Or who's... Am I missing messages? Okay, thanks a lot for coming, Blue. Have a good time yourself. We've been through this already. White was like enjoying his food. He didn't imagine she would just. He was low-key happy that. Ah, they're busy with one another. I'll just eat. This is good food. Made by motherly hands that I don't know. I mean, I imagine him needing some good food after that discussion, that session with Daniel, don't you think? Mm-hmm. I guess we were right that the woman in the cover was a mother. Yes, 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 definitely. I missed this message. Now I see it. I'm thinking now maybe Eldar knew some information about White's mother and used it to paint him bad. I had to scroll up to see it. Would you believe me if I say that I actually have a clipping of conversation between Yeldar and White on Black's maybe 15th birthday? I still haven't decided. Maybe it's 15. But yeah, it's clear that he has enough information because he in the talk they had when White traveled to see Yeldar, Yeldar did say that did you think marrying into a good or a well-off family like Lana's will heal you or will make it better for you or something like that? I don't remember the wording. But he definitely knows enough about his life, and he definitely used it to get on his nerve. I think we have enough hints here and there to prove that it happened. She chose the wrong time. Boy can't eat with all the awkwardness. Yeah, she did choose. Everyone is choosing. The funniest thing is, like, it does seem like everyone is ganging up to open the one topic White doesn't want to talk about. It's funny just to observe. By the way, I went back to the old streams to check who guessed that it was Larissa in the cover. I found a message where I said it could be a sister of Black sent by me, but I didn't find anything. Okay, then because I do remember somebody was very close. Then it's you. You win. If I didn't have too much, I would have started making games like this. Guess the thing and win a sketch or something. Maybe when I'm back to I'm only working on Greyis now. But then again, I guess all the female characters in the story. Still, it shouldn't be logical to think of on the header with black and white and Daniel for two of one of the sisters being there. Oh, my life? No, shut up. Nothing about my life. We don't talk about that. I need to take a break in a sec. Hey, Silly, welcome. Thanks for the hydrate and Andy. Yeah, somebody did mention that we haven't seen Larissa in a while or something. Larissa was mentioned, even if it's not for a guess. But we did talk about Larissa. I was just so happy that like it's too close. Because I was very much excited to get to this. Part of this chapter. It sounds interesting and scary. Basically, that's a good read on it. I do want to work on more clippings, man. I have this clipping of... I have many clippings of Kid Black and White that I want to draw. I love their childhood. But one of them is... I'll tease it now so you can know what I'm talking about when it releases. But one of them is... Black and White fighting, and Jad coming to the rescue in a way. And White would be sitting on top of a tree. This is one of my favorite stories that I've written about their childhood, and I can't wait to illustrate it. I haven't seen her in a while either, but I feel like Larissa was more hinted to show up again because she would have something important to say. She did start to develop and show new colors. If you remember how she appeared and how she was, how hyped and loud and... but yeah, her becoming a mother did change her and made her start questioning things, starting with her questioning Violet, her mother, and now thinking of White as well. Maybe people ask you this question a lot, but how did you decide and make a manga comic of the idea of Black and White? Like, how did you got the courage to do it, post it, and be consistent on it for years? And also being good at making the characters feel actually human, I just think is impressive. I look at your work all the time. Thank you so much. It's a series of very fortunate events. Seriously. It's random decision making with messy interests that all lined up together, I feel. How to make them feel human is partly because I'm a person, I'm a Daniel in my life. I just sit there and a lot of people come to me to talk to me. I've always been the person that a lot of people talk to. And I observe a lot as well. I'm very interested in people's actions and reactions. And I look deeply into things and try to understand them, especially when something that doesn't make sense to me. I just dig too deep trying to figure it out. I don't feel like I needed courage to post it. I stayed consistent probably because I'm doing what I love the way I love it. I was privileged, to be honest. I'm gonna put it this way, to be able to work on it and not give it any part of it up for a publisher or for it to be known. What else? The idea of black and white comes from my extreme way of thinking and my struggle with gray growing up. I did struggle with on getting out of the black and white thinking that children have. And I wanted to talk about friendships, and I wanted to talk about the struggle between the heart and the mind, which is a thing that I also thought about and experienced a lot. But yeah, again, it wasn't a very... There isn't a very clear path. Maybe he told him that he is leaving too. Imagine, can you see White? You know what? Usually I keep these things for future to tell. And not like, I enjoy, because I feel like it's an enjoyable reading experience to just keep guessing and wonder. But sometimes I feel like, no, I'm gonna put my foot down and just answer this. And no, you can never see White telling Yaldar anything, especially not him saying, oh, he's gonna leave. It's too much. Like, how would he tell Yaldar that, oh, okay, I'm leaving my precious friend for you to go. You can go wild with whatever you want to do. Thank you, Anne. It's not so curly, yes. She did cut it when she was pregnant, and now it's getting longer. Thank you for that comment about her hair. I need to buy a new notebook to place all my theories and analysis about Greyis, because my head is cooking with theories right now. Please! Please, and share them. You don't have to buy a notebook. Just, we have this channel, theories and analysis. I don't know how to react to this, man. White having a crisis of reactions. If Larissa gets more screen time, I might change my favorite. Oh, sorry, White? Oh my god. Wait, the conversation has just started. I have big trust in this conversation. I did mention in one stream that I do feel like there's one character that's gonna appear out of nowhere and it's gonna... their stakes are gonna get high, and I was talking about Larissa. I knew that people are gonna have a certain reaction, whether it's good or bad, whatever. There's things to notice in this conversation and things to enjoy, I feel. I meant as a toxic talk, not like he actually knew he was... Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. That's definitely up Hildar's alley. He would use any information too. He's like the toxic, evil version of Inad. And this is just not something that I planned to say, it's just something that just occurred to me. Because to me, Inad is the person that enjoys... just making things awkward and uncomfortable with unnecessary remarks. Hey, Elma. Do you have a Discord server to get more updates about? Yes, there's. I hope somebody used the command already. There's updates, there's discussions, memes, theories, analysis. We have a channel for every chapter, so if you start reading, you can easily just share your thoughts on each channel, and everyone's gonna be happy to conversate. I recently realized how stupid I am. This is a recurring thing that he's thinking about. I hope it doesn't go too deep. He believes it too much. Hey, Dia. Thank you for being a big fan. I hope you're enjoying the story or the art. Larissa knew that glare in White's eye looked vaguely familiar. No. But she probably was able to read that. Stop. I'm gonna stop you at your tracks. We don't talk about this topic. Oh, last stream somebody mentioned Larissa. This is now I remember what happened. Somebody mentioned Larissa and I said, imagine me drawing a baby. Does anybody remember that remark? I was trying to reverse tease. Reverse tease. He needs more screen time. There is a prologue for volume 11 that is gonna be by the end of this book. And I feel like it is gonna be the most hype prologue of ever. It's not gonna be an epilogue for this arc, it's gonna be a prologue for the next arc. And Inad is there. Yeah, Clip Studio Paint is gonna drive me crazy, looks like. Black is a great uncle. He's gonna be so happy knowing that. White's monologue here is quite straightforward. It's not very obscured. How much of what's in my head is based on... Yeah. This is a thing that differentiates White from a lot of logical characters, rational characters. He doesn't really 100% believes what he thinks. He knows it for a fact, from knowledge, from books, but he isn't ready to die for these things. So once these quote-unquote beliefs that he believes and logic and thoughts and ideas he developed to make sense of the world. Once they were challenged, everything fell flat, and he was okay to think that, oh, this was wrong. Let me try to understand it now. So as much as he sometimes pisses me off with his passivity and his, oh, it is what it is attitude, I do enjoy this part of him because, again, I do love action-oriented characters and characters that are not really too stubborn about what is the problem with... See? What's the problem with... Ugh. Clip Studio Paint is gonna drive me crazy. Wait, is there... Let's show there. Okay, there seemed to be a ruler somewhere. That's the problem, that it was snapping to. But yeah, let's go back. The first step, know that you're stupid. Yes, it's a very good way of living. to go, not believe that you're stupid in a self-deprecating or looking down on yourself, thinking that this is what makes Black strong, for example. He knows that he thinks he's stupid, he's dumb, he doesn't know that much, so he always goes for people for advice. He always thinks things through, he always asks questions, and that helps. It was surprising to see White saying this to Larissa, not the apology part, but the fact that he brought the conversation up again, even though it... Yes. I'm glad that you pointed that out, and because it's important for people to notice where he's doing things right, like how he's taking steps to understand things after realizing that he's stupid. Now, I want to go back to Ark's question because it's gonna make me... Hey Rare, welcome. By the way, did you play Claire? No, I don't. I want to play it. I want to play it so bad, but I don't have a PC or a PS5. I have a PS5, my brother's, and I have Rebirth there. So I'm already taking the space that I can. So it's either I'm gonna beat Rebirth or I'm gonna win a big award and be able to buy a Steam Deck and play it, because this is one of the games that I really, really, really want to play. She is willing. Rita is willing to have her mind change in some ways. But she's more stubborn with her beliefs than White. The amount of not listening this guy does in these pages. Are we talking about Black? Or is it White that is not listening? He even realized that she was trying to be Yeah, boy is kind of... Miss my gaming streams? What did you see me play? Where were you? Which game did you see me suck at? It's on PS5, but yeah, and Xbox and PC. The story 10 out of 10. I'm sold on it, honestly, and I do want to play it. The visuals is up my alley. Like another game that is compared to it and a lot of people are talking about or talked about when on release and is what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot. Metaphor. But problem is I don't like fantasy. That's the only thing that's keeping me from it. But I was on the stream when Alexander, the anime YouTuber, started playing it. And I was so excited to watch him play it and experience the stories through his gameplay. But I realized that the game is really could be a thing that I would enjoy. So I got busy, so that's why I didn't continue with the streams. But I also didn't check the VOD because part of me feels like I want to play it, even though it's fantasy setting. White in this update took one step back and then one step forward. One step back when he stopped the conversation, one step forward when he brought it up again. Alan Wake? You watched that? Those were fun streams. I wasn't that good, but man, they were fun streams. I do think of Alan Wake very fondly whenever I think about it, because of the stream experience. If only Alan Wake was an old game with the old graphics and stuff. I checked the Alan Wake 2 look and it's not, yeah, I don't like that. That's why he's my favorite. I love your love for White, and I love how you like notice the good parts and point out the bad parts. I tried to make a bot of Black and other one of White in character AI to see how it goes, but it's just dehumanize it so much. I can imagine AI, we are just against AI in this house. But I appreciate the passion for thinking about it. I always appreciate people loving these characters. It really means a lot to me. More like when he's back to think of his reactions, that what I see a step back. Yeah, he is overthinking his reactions again. But he's not too... like, he's not stressing too much about it. Alan Wake and Control, I did download Control on my Switch. I don't know how it's gonna perform, but there's this, like, you play it on cloud, and if you like it, you then buy the game. I did understand the thing, but I am interested in Control. It's a game I want to try, but then again, I'm not gonna buy anything until I finish all the games that I have, one. And two, I'm still holding on to that dream of winning something and not winning something, getting a huge sum of money that allows me to buy a Steam Deck. I know, I hate AI, but I tried to give it a chance because my sister uses it. Disappointed me even if I didn't have expectations. Yeah, I know. You know, with all the hype, because I did try AI ChatGPT in a few things for research purposes, and it's like, what is all this hype about? It's very dumb. I don't get it. Somebody explain it. I asked ChatGPT once to explain. I got into a fight with it to try to help me memorize a kanji, a Japanese kanji, because I'm studying Japanese, and it would say, oh yeah, so this and this and this in it, so remember it like with this visual. And I'm like, where is this part in the kanji that I've just provided? And, oh, you're right, this part doesn't have, this kanji doesn't have this part. You can think of it like this and this and this. I'm like, but it doesn't have this and this and this. Oh, sorry, you're right again. I'm like, what is this? I want to bang my head against the wall. It's admirable how White just says that he realized how stupid he was. This is like the second or third time he says it. ChatGPT is the worst. I don't know. It's just the most popular, the one thing that you hear about. So it was the one that is easy for me to look up. It complicates so much, but not as a person who is like, I know that people who read my story sometimes get, and this is why I always need proofreaders, not only for the grammatic mistakes, but because I sometimes explain things in the most convoluted way when there is a very much simpler way to phrase a thing. But that's how I think it sounds good, but still, if ChatGPT overcomplicates things, then it's overcomplicating things in a very stupid and simple way. Because it didn't feel that way. It just feels like it's agreeing to anything I'm saying. Whatever I say is like, yeah, true, I'm with you on that. Like, I don't need a yes man in my life. There was like a typo in the recent talk in the past before the last. When she said, but I totally understand if you... Oh my god, yes, the line broke, yes, and I marked it. This is the funniest thing. I marked it on the pages because I do print the chapter when I finish it, and I do the editing by a very bright green pen, a neon green pen, and I did put a note to fix that, and I forgot. I don't know why I even edit these if I forget. It's not here. This here. Okay. And then like this. And then I totally understand if you can't. Oh, this is bad. ChatGPT is making young students be dumb, like use it if you know how, but they ask questions and don't even verify if it's... That's the problem, that's what I thought about. Okay. And it's very monotone. I don't know, it pissed me off more than anything. Let's see. I think I'll end this, the update, the Webtoon update. Do you think it's better to end it here? I don't know how to react to this man, or continue to the end of the... I feel like, I feel for it to end here is better for Webtoon. I wonder if Larissa wants to do something for White after this. Remind me to share a line that White has this monologue that I wrote, but I then took out because it threw the pacing off if I wanted to include it. So once this conversation ends, please remind me to tell you something about what White thinks after this conversation. Oh, I'm ending the stream soon as well, Lover. Thanks a lot for coming. And enjoy the rest of your day. You think so too, Andy? Okay. First, let's get the thumbnail. Who should we put on that thumb? I know what should we put. Who am I kidding? Thank you, Tam. I hope I remember it as well. I wanted to take a break a long time ago, didn't I? Export. Just a sec, let me make sure that... Okay. Thanks a lot for coming, Psycho. Have a great rest of your day. And I'm happy that you didn't blame White today. Yes, Tam, that's a good observation. Last time White and Black and Larissa were at the table, it was Black-centric and now it's White. Oh wait, I need the thumbnail first. Or... I hope nothing is wrong in it. I kind of half brain, with a half brain, I formatted this. We had a lot of good discussions. Formatting done, yes, and I hope there are no problems with it. (10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then 21, 27. There is also some comfort. Wait, what is this? Oh, I went back to Daniel and White. There's some good feeling, some progression, some comfort, knowing that Black is staying over at Larissa's for a few days. Black, who wasn't really that in tune with her. Now, we could argue it's because of Sophie. There's a baby there, so of course. But yeah, he seems to be doing well with her. Let's see. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh yeah, we said we're gonna end it. Oh, we're gonna end the update here. Wait, where's the... It's 23, 423. Fill it. Baby to the rescue. He did even before. He stayed with her when she gave birth, yes. And took care of a lot of things. But still, she was like, she needed the help back then, but for him to just after that talk on top of the building as well. Let me just arrange these. the way here. This is 4. Next week we're gonna hopefully let's just hope, pray for me that by next week I will be very excited and happy knowing that I've finished a lot of recordings for the course during this week. Let's hope for that. Thank you so much for coming. This has been real fun. I started the stream being really frustrated and down and just not doing well. You helped a great deal. I hope it was fun for you too. I'm remembering when he was still not remembering Gilda. Yes. My God. He went through so much. So yeah, thanks a lot. See you on the Discord. Can you share White's thoughts after once the conversation is done? Yes. But I did mention I want to show something by the end of the stream, did I? Didn't I? Oh, I think it's that meme. But yeah, the thoughts of White on Larissa is once this conversation is done. It was good background noise for doing math home. Oh my God, that sounds so good. I take pride in being a good background noise for math assignment. See you around next week. Have a good one.